and welcome to Imola for the second round of the 2016 European Le Mans Series. We've got 42 cars entered this weekend, 34 of which are prototypes. So we're set for another action-packed race today after a thrilling start to the season at Silverstone a few weeks ago.
The Motorsport G-Drive racing team launched its 2016 ELMS campaign with a victory on home turf at Silverstone.
In Silverstone there was, the top contenders really had some problems everybody has problems during the course of a season, so we're not expecting to run away with it for sure.
Reigning champions Greaves Motorsport managed only an 8th place finish at Silverstone with its brand new driver lineup. We can expect them to be looking for more performance here in Italy. At Silverstone, without a few technical issues, we'd have been on the podium, maybe second, but we've got to try and recover here. The circuit, though, isn't like Silverstone. It's quite complicated, it's narrow, it's tricky. We're going to have to be careful because there's lots of cars on track with the LMP3 and the GTs, so you need a good vision throughout the race. That'll be key. Another disappointment in England befell the Panis Barthez competition team, a brand new entry with France's 98 Football World Cup winning goalkeeper among the drivers, managed by Olivier Panis. They were set to take a surprise second place when electrical failure dropped them to 9th.
Silverstone, he was a bit disappointed, but on the other side we are really happy because the potential is still there. We are very humble. I think we want to do well. We look pretty competitive. We'll see the end of the race.
In LMP3, United Autosports produced the perfect 1-2 result, but the championship could still be wide open. Graf Racing among the contenders, young Enzo Gibert enjoying his prototype debut. The team's great, the car's really cool to drive, very different compared to the GTs I'm used to. It's very powerful and high downforce. I love it. In the GTE class, Aston Martin Racing won at home in Silverstone. It's going to be more difficult though to defeat Ferrari on Italian soil this weekend as they try to bring an end to the Italian era of domination in the GT classes in ELMS.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very hard. It's obviously a circuit they know really well. For me and Alex and Andrew, we've never been to Imola, so it's a learning experience for us with the car as well. It's going to be a race of not just about pace, it's going to be a race about just staying out of trouble and keeping the car in one piece throughout the 4 hours. So if the weather comes in with the rain, I think it should be quite an entertaining race for everyone outside and everyone inside the cars.
Imola. Autodromo Enzo and Dino Ferrari is a legendary Italian racing venue, which hosted the San Marino Grand Prix until 2006. At just under 5 kilometres, this narrow and very technical circuit is one of the few in Europe to run anti-clockwise. So, when looking for somebody to show us round, we thought who better than Ferrari factory driver David Rigon, who will be driving this car a bit later on.
Number 3, here we are at Tamburello, first corner, after a very long straight here in Imola. It's a very technical part because it's difficult to find the braking point here. It's difficult and here we have a big curb to take it and we need to use all the curb inside because we have to prepare well the exit before and try to do flat because then we have quite a long straight and it's important here you can do a good lap time if you do well here. Number 2, Acque Minerali. Difficult corner here, coming downhill, very high speed from Piratella. Downhill is difficult to find the braking point because it's a downhill, it's difficult to catch a good line here. And normally we don't brake, we just have a big lift and try to brake really in the hand here. and stay around here in the middle of the track and try to have a really good exit uphill and to go on power as soon as possible. Now let's get it real. Number 1, Rivazza, tough break for us here. We arrive right inside the full throttle. You have to brake nearly when you finish to turn. You have to have a big brake, stop the car in downhill, second gear, and you have to bring the curb, take the line, and prepare well the exit, because then there is the last long straight, and we arrive. This was my 3 favorite spots in Imola.
Three, 2, 1. Pit exit is open.
Big surprise in the GTE class in qualifying. Underwhelming at Silverstone, Proton Competition put on a great performance in Italy. Klaus Bachler put the 88 Porsche in 3rd place. Second went to Ferrari, Andrea Bertolini in fact, in the JMW Motorsport number 66 machine. But there would not be an Italian car on pole at Imola. Fastest time 1 minute 41.267, set by Germany's Wolf Hensler in the number 77 Proton Competition Porsche 911 RSR. Proton would start 1st and 3rd in class. The Porsches were split only by the British entered JMW Motorsport Ferrari. Aston Martin Racing, with a slew of problems in qualifying, would start last on the grid. In the LMP3 class, the brand new United Autosports team once more underlined its performance from Silverstone. 3rd place went to Alex Brundle in their number 2 machine. His Ligier Nissan outpaced by Giorgio Mondini in a similar machine run by Euro International. But the fastest time of all went to the number 3 United Autosports car of Wayne Boyd.
Next car passing the line, you will see the checkered flag.
A great personal performance from Wayne Boyd, taking a major pole against very strong opposition. United Autosports 1st and 3rd in the bulging field of 20 LMP3 cars.
Pit exit is green. Pit exit is green.
LMP2 qualifying was as close as you like. Silverstone surprises Panis Barthez took 3rd position courtesy of Paulu Chatin in their Ligier Nissan. Pole sitter at Silverstone Matthias Besch would line up 2nd here in Italy in the number 46 Thierry by TDS Racing Oreca Nissan. And it was another Oreca Nissan on pole position. Nico Lapierre in the number 21 Dragon Speed car, topping the timesheets 6 days after winning the World Endurance Championship 6 hours at Spa with Alpine, the French driver unbeatable at Imola. A 1:33.780, the pole time, the fastest 4 cars, covered by 44 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, it was very tough. I mean, all the cars are so close here in Imola. We have to push really hard. But I'm very happy for the team. You know, it's a new team in LMP2 and they're improving race by race. So this pole position is a good reward for them.
And the team must be happy to have Lapierre on board as well. A veritable superstar of endurance racing, using his speed to outpace Thierry by 35 thousandths of a second. Panis Barthez tied on time with the second fastest car.
Well, good morning. It's about 9 o'clock here on race day, Sunday morning in Imola, and I'm waiting for my lift down to the circuit. My chauffeur today will be none other than our latest ELMS driver to join the paddock, and that is ex-Formula 1 driver Guido van der Garde.
Good morning.
Morning. Ready to go to the circuit?
Yes, for sure. Let's go.
Let's go. So Guido, it's race morning. How are you feeling? Do you get nervous, excited?
I'm feeling quite chill out, to say today.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up, you have a bit of breakfast, you go to the track. I'm not really nervous anymore. I mean, I have quite a lot of experience, and I know when I jump in the car, I'm happy and just do my thing.
Now, a lot of drivers kind of get these race day rituals and superstitions. Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I used to. When I was in single seaters in Formula 1, I always had the superstitions to jump in the left side of the car.
Oh, really?
I had also superstitions with colors of underwear, colors of socks.
No way.
You know, once you start winning a race, you always keep the same socks on. But
yeah.
Like now, no, not anymore.
Okay. Let's talk a bit about your Formula 1 time. When you look back, what are your best memories from that time?
Yeah, I had a mega time in Formula 1. The good memories I had, I think, in Monaco, which I run into Q2. In Spa, which I qualified third, with the car was always 3-4 seconds too slow. So, yeah, those are the good memories. In Singapore, when I was fighting with Bottas and Williams for the whole race, I think it was good fun. I enjoyed that.
And do you miss it now?
Not anymore, no. In the beginning, with all the stories we had in 2015 with Sauber, yeah, you know, you're sitting home last year and doing nothing, and suddenly you see the races on television. To be honest, it was tough. The first 2-3 months I was struggling a lot with my life. So what I did was going out a lot of partying, doing crazy stuff, a lot of holidays, just enjoying a lot my life. But after a while, I was saying, look, I miss racing so much. I want to come back.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Now, how are you finding the move to endurance racing and into the prototype car?
The beginning a little bit difficult to be honest. Because when you are always driving a single seater, you always are with yourself and your engineer and your team. And you try to get the maximum out of the car, maximum out of yourself. So in the beginning I was like, oh shit man, I don't drive so much, I want to drive, I want to put the car better for me, for the style I drive. But it's not like this because it's a team and you have to do it with all 3 drivers. And that's a switch. We went testing one day and I said, look, I want to change the car to a certain way and then let's see what the other drivers think. So we were changing. Suddenly my lap times were really fast. The other guys jumped in and they were nowhere. So it's a really big compromise.
Yeah.
But to be honest now, I have to say I really am dialed in. The team helped me a lot, and I'm so happy I'm racing in endurance.
Now, talking about teammates, obviously it's a very different dynamic to Formula 1, for example, where all of your teammates would effectively be an opponent. Yeah. Now, these guys are, you know, you are a team. How have you found the camaraderie and kind of getting to know each other?
Very good. I think the teammates I have I'm very lucky with. And we push each other to a higher level. And this is what I like, but on a really easygoing way. And that we also accept and respect each other. And I think the way we are in the team and the whole crew of the team and the engineers, it's just, yeah, it's really, really good.
So what are your plans for the future now? Is there kind of a career plan?
Yeah, I think so. But I'm very happy to took this way, the endurance way. But you know, as a driver, you want to have the highest goal and the biggest level. That's LMP1. So you know, I have to first show myself how good I am, win races, show the speed I have, do good qualifyings, do consistent in the race, don't make any stupid mistakes. And then at the end of the year we'll see. I mean, Silverstone was already a very good start. I think Monza can be, or Imola, sorry, can be another one who will be good for us. So, you know, it's just ticking the boxes. At the end of the year, you have to get a good opportunity at a big team and show how good you are. Like holiday, yes. Hello, Simon, Harry, turn around. Can you say hello to the camera? Yeah, sorry, I have to work.
In 4 hours' time, we will see who will cross this line first and, of course, win the Imola round of the European Le Mans Series. We're down on the grid, the cars are lining up, the drivers are ready. We're here in the midst of the GTE field. Andrea, Silverstone, it's fair to say, was disappointing for JMW after you lost the win to a disqualification. How much would it mean to the team to get the win here at Imola?
Yeah, you know, for me it will be like my home race and also for Ferrari. So we have to try to do our best, but we are really confident. The car is looking strong. Also the pace is really good. Rob and Rory are really good teammates. So also my family is here. It's nice weather. So we have to hope to do like we did at Silverstone. So just at the end to be sure to be the winner of the race.
Absolutely. You're starting P2 in GTE. The Porsche was strong in qualifying. Do you think the Ferrari has what it takes?
Yeah, it's strong, but if you look, every car in GTE are really close in terms of lap time. I think, like always, will be really tough race, interesting for everyone, and probably the strategy will make a difference.
Well, good luck for the race.
Thank you.
We've moved down now to the head of the LMP3 field on the grid. If I can grab a word with Mark Patterson. Mark, you've moved down to LMP3 this year and to United Autosports. How are you finding it in the LMP3?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's I've driven the 2s and the 3s, as you know, and the 3s are, except for no anti-slip, no carbon fiber brakes and stuff. The car drives very well, great aero. With simple steel brakes, we're stopping like a rock. It's beautiful, and I've driven with these guys in British GT and Blancpain for about 4 years, so I know them all well, very well.
Now, it was a dream scenario at Silverstone with the team finishing 1-2. You're starting from pole position here. Is it possible to do it again?
Statistically, the odds are a little bit low, right? Just when looking at racing and what can happen, particularly on this track. I'm sure you saw what happened in the free practice things. You'd think it was the Olympic Games people were playing for, and it was just a warm-up session, so there was a lot of chaos. We hope that doesn't happen as much here, but I have a lot of faith in the two quick drivers. We got a shot, and we're gonna put everything into it, promise you.
Have a great race.
Thank you. Thank you.
Down at the front of the grid, we're catching up with the lime green Krone machine and Bjorn Wertheim. We weren't expecting to see you this weekend, but here you are. We're glad to see you, but the circumstances are unfortunate.
Yeah, they are unfortunate. Tracy injured himself a while ago and he wasn't able to come here. So I got a call on Wednesday from Nick saying that they might have to replace Tracy, and I agreed to come here. I had a race with this team at Silverstone, and we worked well together. I enjoyed it very much, so I'm pleased to be back, but I'm sorry for Tracy.
Absolutely. It was a P4 finish for you guys at Silverstone. Is a podium on the cards today?
I think so. I mean, at Silverstone we came from a long way back. We had a penalty also in qualifying, so we came from 11th on the grid. We made it all the way up to 4th. So obviously Oliver has done a really good job qualifying the car here. So we're going to be fighting for a podium. That's for sure.
Enjoy the race.
Thank you.
We can just grab a quick word with you, Paul. The car at Silverstone did perform very well. The track is rather green today after the storm last night. Will that affect your start?
No, I think a lot of car practice this morning, so yes, of course the track will be a bit green, but I think after a few laps the grip will be good. Yeah, the performance was good yesterday, so we have to continue like that, but keep focused because it will be a long race.
We'll let you get ready. Have a good race.
Thank you.
Well, we're about to get underway for the 4 Hours of Imola. This grid is so large, 41 cars. You cannot even see the back of the grid from the front here. It's set to be an extraordinary race. Let's go racing.
We have started the formation lap for the 4 Hours of Imola.
Forecast may not be good, but perfect conditions now for racing as we start the 4 Hours of Imola. Nico Lapierre pacing the field, the white and blue car. Red and grey is Pierre Thirier. Second row of the grid, Panis Barthez and Krone Racing's lime green car. Then Simon Dolan in the G-Drive car. He's got a good run. Look at the open orange car. Tucks in behind Paul-Luc Chatin, so he's moved up. And Bjorn Wertheim has gone back one in a lime green Krone car. But it is our pole sitter Nico Lapierre who won the race down to Tamburello for the first time. Pierre Thirier in second. There is Chatin with Dolan right behind him. Then the green car. That is Krone Racing's Bjorn Wertheim. And he is now trying to retake the position. It's a massive 42 car field, 14 LMP2s, 20 LMP3s and the GT cars at the tail. And United Autosports have already gone 1-2 in the LMP3 class, jumping the Graf Racing car. There's the Murphy's prototype around the outside. Green 48 machine up to 9th place. Gary Findlay from 11th on the grid, so he's made up 2 spots already. And he is chasing the Greaves Motorsport car. There's the Greaves car with the red and whites. There's the green and white Murphy's car on the inside at Tosa. Contact. Mima Rojas spun round. Bad news for the Mexican driver. And yellow flags out immediately. Battle for 4th place. Simon Dolan being pushed by Bjorn Wertheim in the green Krone Racing machine. Tristan Gomedy closing up behind as they drop down towards Rivazza. Oh, down the inside. Great move by Bjorn Wertheim. Retakes 4th place and Gomedy's there, but Dolan shuts the door, hangs on to 5th. Battle for 2nd place. Thirier by TDS is Pierre Thirier under pressure from Paul-Luc Chatin in the Panis Barthez machine. The Ligier Nissan looking left, looking right, and the Oricon Nissan, the red and grey car, just sitting in the middle of the road. Leader is in front, pulling away Nico Lapierre. There he is in the Dragon Speed Oricon Nissan, and this battle is only helping him build his lead. LMP3 leaders here trying to go around the delayed Mimo Rojas. Oh, and Matt Bell just gets it a little wrong. Teammate Alex Brundle right behind. Battle for second in LMP2 rages on, and Paul-Luc Chatin, so aggressive, down the inside into Tamburello, rides the curb superbly, grabs second place from Pierre Thiriet. That was a ballsy move. Nico Lapierre, the race leader in GT traffic now, cars everywhere. Lapierre on the grass trying to thread the needle here. He has got the quicker car, but you've got to be able to use that speed. Sweeps around the outside, down into the Ravazza. And traffic is always a problem for the leaders. Trying to get by this Ferrari battle. He's on the inside, and they lead the racing line, same as him. And that leaves him with nowhere to go but the grass. LMGTE leader is the pole-sitting Porsche of Robert Renard, the number 77 Proton competition car. Alex Brundle did take the lead of LMP3 when Matt Bell went off around the outside of Memo Rojas. There's your LMP3 leader. And this is the 51 Ferrari started by Rui Aguas. Let's hear from Charlie down at the team's garage.
Marco, Rui has made a good start in the Ferrari.
Rui is making a great stint now. A lot of traffic, but he's making a great job. Porsche is look like a rocket. He's making a super race. We are trying to catch up, but now be focused, be away from problem, contact, curbs, many stuff to check. We will see at the last hour where we are.
But you are Italian at Imola.
Yeah, I'm Italian. Ferrari is Italian, Imola is in Italy, but sometimes it's not enough to have some extra tenths. But we're working hard to reach the gap from the leader.
Pit stops now for the first of our front runners. Nearly 45 minutes elapsed. This is Bjorn Wertheim, Krone Racing, Ligier Nissan. And the number 25 Algarve Pro Racing car is in. There it is. So Chris Hoy just about to get on board, getting ready for his stint. He drops into the cockpit. And down at Krone Racing, it'll be Niklas Jonsson, who's been racing with Tracy Krone in the US for the better part of a decade. They came in from 6th position. Good start to the race from them. Olivier Pla, the third man on their driver lineup. Nick Jonsson, Bjorn Wertheim join him. Here is our race leader then. Down pit road comes Nico Lapierre in the Oreca Nissan. Heads to the Dragon Speed team. Stops on his marks. 8-second lead as he hands over to Sweden's Henrik Hedman. He's their bronze driver, Ben Hanley, the third man in that car. And Hedman back out on track. With a bona fide star like Nico Lapierre in the team, they've got an ace in the hole. Let's hear from him now.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a good first in, but you know the race is very long, but the car balance is great. We just had to manage the traffic. You know, it's a bit tricky at the start when everybody is fighting, but no, it was good fun. The car is working well, and we are looking forward to the end of the race.
Pressure on Hedman. He's a bronze-rated driver leading the race, but Paul-Luc Chatin, Pierre Thiriet, the quote non-professionals behind him are rated silver and gold. His lack of experience here is going to count against him. And that poor JMW Motorsport Ferrari desperately trying to stay out of the way as second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth all queue up to chase the leader by him. Paul-Luc Chatin with the bit between his teeth. Here he comes. He's got a run going on Henrik Hedman. This is the pass for the lead. He's got the inside line. Takes the lead away. And right there as well is Pierre Thiriet. Simon Dolan making up places. There is the G-Drive machine up to fifth ahead of the Krone Racing car. So he's got by the Ligier Nissan and now charging on through the field. On the grass, as is Nick Jonsson, as they try and go by LMP3 cars. Skies darkening overhead, but still sunny down here at the Ravazza. Does look like the weather might be on the change, though. The forecast could be correct. Simon Dolan chasing Sir Chris Hoy, the Algarve Pro Racing number 25 Ligier Nissan. Dolan flashing the headlights at the multiple Olympic champion. Despite his wealth of cycling experience, relatively new to racing, so Sir Chris Hoy is a bronze driver, Simon Dolan silver, so too is Nick Jonsson in the green Krone car behind. Drivers rated from platinum down to bronze on their speed and experience levels. So the likes of Nico Lapierre, a full platinum driver. And the rules of the series mean you can't just pack a car with ex-Formula One superstars. You've got to have a spread of different talents on board.
It was very clean for the first couple of laps. All the traffic is so close in time here that we didn't actually catch anything for a good while, but blimey, when we did, it was tough going. yeah, everything is absolutely the same in the braking zone, so you really have to be last to the late breakers to get past the traffic. But a good stint for us, and nice to see us running 1-2 again. My compliments to the team, 2 fantastic race cars on the road, and yeah, let's see how it goes from here.
Battle for 5th place rages on. Simon Dolan in the open orange Gibson chassis. The closed green Krone Racing Ligier Coupe. Nick Johnson right behind him. He's got a good run going here down into the Rivazza. And Dolan can't get the door shut in time. 5th place changes hands again. Cars everywhere here at Imola. Look at this battle coming up. GTE in the middle, LMP3 on the outside. So Chris Hoy trying to go round. This is the 51 car, Pier Giuseppe Perezzini. He's 3rd in the GTE class. Robert Renauer leading comfortably in the Porsche that started on pole. And he is putting a lap on the 88 sister car. So on board with 88 have just gone a lap down in the LMGTE class to the man in front, Robert Renauer, who leads the category. Well, that 77 Proton Porsche looking like a very different car from the one we saw struggling at Silverstone. Maybe it's all to do with the nature of the track, the temperature of the track. Who can tell? Replay of contact here. Watch the car in the middle. Jacques Nicolet bounces over the curbs, get collected by Rory Butcher's Ferrari. And Nicolet a little out of sorts in the corner. He was off there and he is off again. And it looks like he's picked up a puncture from that contact. Not a good day for Jacques Nicolet and the Oak Racing team. Oh, and it's worse. That's the number 4 car has gone off as well. What a disaster. Battle for 3rd in the GTE class, the black Ferrari, AT Racing's Alexander Talkanitsa, and right behind him, Alex McDowell in the Aston Martin Racing entry. The Beechstein car came from the back of the field now, looking for a spot in the podium positions, as we've still got 2.5 hours of the race to go. Lots of racing yet to be done. But the Aston Martin V8 Vantage stretching its legs now around this Imola circuit. Battle for 3rd place. 21 Dragon Speed car of Henrik Hedman under pressure from Julian Leal, the SMP Racing BR01, going a long way round the outside, and he makes the pass up into 3rd place. Great run from him. This is the car from 2nd place, Pierre Thirier. Thirier by TDS Orica Nissan being handed over to Ryo Harakawa. So the Japanese driver takes it over. Matthias Besch, the 3rd driver in the lineup. Silverstone pole sitter Matthias Besch yet to go. Pierre Thirier starting the race, doing a big early stint. And great teamwork as well by the 46 car. Away they go. And that will help with their battle with the race leaders. The number 1 car, Panis Barthez Competitions, Pierre-Luc Chatin, comes down the pit road. The race leader. The new 2nd place car is in as well. This is SMP Racing. Julian Leal gets out. Andreas Wirth gets in. And he will do the big stint in the middle here. Stefano Coletti being held for the end of the race. High-performance cars demand high-performance tyres. Dunlop brings over 1,500 to each ELMS weekend, supplying LMP2 and GTE, and that means hard work for the tyre fitters.
We're just taking the tyre off, and we're going to put a new tyre on there. The first procedure is to sort of get it on the machine, and then I'll show you how it comes off. Once we get in the flow and all the wheels are in, it's a constant sort of like a conveyor belt, really. It's yeah. Sometimes the tyres come on, we put wets on, and then it stops raining, and then we take them back off and put dry tyres, slick tyres on again. So yeah, it changes quite a lot, really. It's a very hard job sometimes. Yeah, it's rewarding, but it's good. It's good. It's motorsport. It's good. So really travelling all over the world. A good team sort of atmosphere with everybody working together when it's hard. Yeah, it's good weather, bad weather. It's all different every day. I just enjoy the job more than sort of motorsport, really. You don't really get time to see the cars going around the track because they need us hands-on sort of doing the tyres, really. So, you know, I don't really follow the racing anymore, unfortunately. But
Lead battle, Fabien Barthez in the green and grey machine. Right behind him, Ryo Hirakawa, the Tyrrell by TDS car on a charge. These are our LMP2 leaders in traffic, and Barthez looking to try and find a way through. But here comes Hirakawa, dives to the inside, down into the Ravazza. Even France's most famous goalkeeper can't keep that one out, and there is a change of the lead. Tyrrell by TDS have the lead. Andreas Wirth third for SMP, Nick Jonsson fourth for Krohn, Harry Ticknell fifth for G-Drive.
The car is very good, you know, it's really hot outside, so we have to take time, you know, to respire a bit. But yeah, the pace was quite good, but a bit of degradation at the end, but was still okay. I think it's a good way for the end of the race.
He's just lost the lead. Is that a big problem for you guys?
No, you know, we know that Fabien is our bronze driver. You have to improve race by race to be ready for Le Mans. So no, it's not a problem for us. We are here to improve our skill, and it's what we do, so it's very positive for us.
Full course yellow, almost midway through the race now. This is Eric Trouillet in the number 9 Graf Racing LMP3 Ligier Nissan. Beached in the gravel at Tosa, wheels spinning helplessly, he couldn't get out, so he's going to need a tow. It might be a lap or two before he's out. Pit lane is open, everybody else crawling round. Chance for a quick pit stop here, and United Autosports have taken it. The LMP3 leader is in. Mike Gouache handing over to Christian England in the number 2 car. That might be a very savvy pit stop. The race has gone back to green though. Another switch here. This is the GTE leader, 77 Proton Competition Porsche. Out gets Robert Renauer after a sterling stint. Wolf Hensler gets in. Another really quick Porsche driver. On board the 21 Dragon Speed Oreca Nissan, Ben Hanley now attacking Nick Jonsson. Hanley an ex-single-seater ace. This is the battle for 5th. Down the inside he goes. Hanley, after a few years out in the wilderness, really relishing his racing once more. Well, here's the way the leaderboard looked at the 2-hour mark halfway through the race. Tyrrell by TDS ahead of Panis Barthez with SMP, G-Drive, Dragon Speed all in the hunt. Euro International briefly in front as United Autosports made their stops in LMP3, but that remains wide open. Proton Competition, barring disaster, should wrap up the GTE class. They look so strong here, but you can't count out anything. The weather may yet change for the worse.
Show BMX, okay?
Yeah, I'm down here in the Proton Competition Garage. Robert, that was an incredible drive.
Yeah, the car was amazing. I had 2 perfect stints. We only changed the right tires. The tires were perfect over 2 hours. I had no drinking system in the car, so now I'm totally damaged, out of power.
So you're feeling very hot now?
Yeah, I need a rest now.
We will let you have a rest. Well done.
Thank you.
Tyrrell by TDS still leading ahead of the Barthez Panis car, with Andreas Wirth lying in 3rd for SMP. But Harry Ticknell hot on his heels. There is Ticknell in the open car, that orange G-Drive Gibson Nissan, all over the back of Andreas Wirth. Wirth in the unique BR01, designed and built by SMP, introduced last year. And they are in traffic once more. Well, Fabien Barthez not quite as quick as some of the drivers in the middle of the stint. Barthez definitely likes a Chris Hoyer bronze driver, but you've got to get to these people to get by. Harry Tinknell also racing in Ford's World Endurance Championship team, so highly is he rated, but returning again to the Jotosport Gibson team. Flying through the GTE class cars, the 88 Proton car, a lap down to the leaders in that category. SMP Racing and G-Drive battling. There's the Dragon Speed car coming up behind as well. Andreas Wirth really feeling the pressure from Harry Tinknell. Sweeping down through the Ravazza, 21 Dragon Speed closing in from behind. So this is now a three-way battle. Ben Hanley right up behind Harry Tinknell. Going through LMP3 cars as well. Tinknell getting held up. Hanley trying to go inside. And he's got a good run going. Can he make the place? Yes, he's through on the inside. Dive bombs Tinknell into Tosa. And Tinknell got held up at Villeneuve. And full course yellow means he can't counter-attack. Race neutralised for the number 8 LMP3 car of Marcello Maritiotta. There it is in the gravel. That's going to need a lift out. So this could be a few laps of full course yellow, and that opens all sorts of interesting strategic choices. You've got to bear in mind how long your drivers can and can't be in the car. Maybe tyre and fuel needs. Maybe a change in the weather. It's feeling a little cooler and damper. And down the pit road comes the G-Drive number 38 car to the Jotosport team. So Harry Tinknell going into the pits there. He won't lose much time. And it looks as though he is staying in. He is. An hour and 45 to go. Geert van der Gaard will get in later on in the race. So it'll be fuel and possibly tyres. They may just keep the tyres on and double stint Tinknell with the rubber. Team thinking hard, trying to turn things in their favour. It could be a masterstroke, but the grey skies overhead are getting greyer. Plan A might not work, or Plan B. Ben Hanley having a great stint in the car that started on pole, the number 21 Dragon Speed Oreca Nissan. There is the white machine right behind the SMP Racing car of Andreas Wirth. This now the battle for third place. Hanley down the inside. Again, the car in front of him held up in traffic. It's the number 25 machine. And Hanley, using all of his single-seater experience and cut and thrust, just sighed through the traffic there, and he's clean gone. 66 Ferrari, the JMW Motorsport car in front of him, and he'll be by that fast. Well, as they catch the 25 Algarve Pro Racing machine, Hanley sighs up the inside. A moment of indecision from Andreas Wirth in the SMP car, and Hanley goes around the outside. Luckily, the 25 car managed not to hit him. On board with Ben, here's the SMP car. See how little you can see? What he can see is the apex curb there at Variante Alta, and he's in front. Right out in front, though, is Ryo Hirakawa, leading for Thierry by TDS by getting on for a minute now.
Car 28 is in the middle of the track at P13. Drivers, bear right now.
That's the exit of Aqua Minerale, and that car looks damaged, doesn't it?
Team manager, the car 28, your car needs serious repairs on the rear.
They're not going to get a chance, are they? The car is parked, they're out of the race, and pit stops in the offing. Matthias Besch getting ready to take over at Thierry by TDS, the race leaders. And out gets Ryo Hirakawa, and in will get Matthias Besch. With an hour and a half of racing still to go. Vital that every pit stop goes fluently now. Any seconds lost in the pits will be really hard to make up on track. The competition is so close. It's hot and dry, so slicks are going on now, but look at the radar. Storms are approaching. Will they arrive before the end of the race? Will they be heavy? Who can tell? Real guesswork. Uh-oh, trouble.
I've got a difficult situation at turn 3, between turn 2 and turn 3. Driver's right-hand side, we have yellow flags there. I have a car in the gravel. I'm going to pull it down with a full course yellow. We are going full course yellow at 16:37:45.
Number 9, Graf Racing LMP3 Ligier Nissan in trouble again. And that is going to once more trigger pit stops. Hour and a half, just under left to go. And into the Jotosport G-Drive car. Out gets Harry Tinknell, in gets Geert van der Gaard. Timothy Bourret is in the Panis Barthez Ligier Nissan. He's dropped back from our race leader, Matthias Besch. Gerda van der Gaard in second place now in the 38 car. Here's his teammate Harry Tinknell.
2 or 3 full course yellows, so mixing up the strategy quite a lot. I was due to stay into about 45 minutes to go, but that one fell quite nicely for us, so decided to put Guido in. I think everyone's got to stop one more time, so it's going to be really interesting to the end of the race now, but I think anything can happen with these full course yellows, so we'll see what happens at the end of the race, but yeah, exciting at least.
And the skies are looking darker and darker overhead. It looks as though there is another twist about to unfold here at Imola.
Be advised, marshals are advising me it's starting to rain. I declare this from now on a wet race.
And there's been contact. This is the Dragon Speed car, Ben Hanley, inside the 51A of Corsa Ferrari. And it looks as though the 21 car has picked up a little bit of damage. Shouldn't be too major though. Very slippery conditions now. The question is, who's going to brake first and go for tyres? And are they going to go for full wets or intermediates? That is going to be a major choice. Slippery surface flags are out everywhere, and off has gone the American Graf racing car. That's their number 10 LMP3 machine. And that's the exit of Villeneuve. And look at that, he just couldn't get the car to slow down at all. So 2 Americans and Venezuelan Enzo Potoliccio in the car, and their race is at an end. It is now raining hard around the circuit. Full course yellow is out. Surely no option. Look at Matthias Besch. They have got to come and change onto wet weather tyres now.
And I'm here with Ben Hanley. Was that an extra stop for you guys?
Yeah, it was becoming impossible to stay on the track with the slicks. The rain started at T7 and it was moving across the track, and we made the call for inters because it's actually stopped raining at T7, and it was light to medium rain that was moving across the track. And then as soon as I went out with the inters, the monsoon came, and I went down the back, and I went down the after between T4, and I was doing 60 k's, and I just aquaplaned straight on, you know. So it was really heavy out there. So unfortunately we had to pit again for the wets, but it linked in with our driver change. So, you know, we were a bit unfortunate and a bit lucky in one way. So, you know, the team have done a great job. We were running in P3, so really happy, and hopefully Nico can have a strong stint to the end.
I'm pushing safety car on track. Safety car on track.
With 27 minutes to go, Eduardo Freitas could have red flagged the race, but he's hoping conditions will improve under a safety car to race to the end.
Information to the pit lane. As you may imagine, I'm not releasing this for one lap. Race will end behind the safety car. On the last lap, the safety car will put out the lights normally, and all the cars will cross the line and take the checkered flag without overtaking.
So the positions are frozen in Aspic and the race finishes under green. Matthias Besch, Thierry by TDS win the 4 Hours of Imola. And you saw the Proton competition team, they win the LMGTE class with the number 77 Porsche. Second win in a row in LMP3 for United Autosports and car number 2. Imola never fails to produce entertaining ELMS races, and so it has been again. This year the weather also serving to mix things up and then preserve those who are in front.
It's a great race, you know, because we've been really unlucky for the first race. We had a great gap. It's a bit unfortunate for the public that it's finishing, for the fans that it's finishing under a safety car. But anyway, we had a really solid race. My teammate did a brilliant job, and yeah, one of the key was to start in front also. So all the team did great. Thanks to Thierry, thanks to Rebellion for me allowing me to race here. And yeah, great fun and hopefully good result in Le Mans.
So there is your podium. G-Drive finishing in second, Dragon Speed a fine third. And after the first 2 of our 6 races, the championship being led by G-Drive, SMP in second, Thierry moving up to third ahead of Krone. Panis Barthez took an LMP3 podium in third behind Euro International and our double race winners from United Autosports.
It was a tough race, really tough race. Obviously we were under a safety car for a long time. When the heavens opened there, the conditions were atrocious. I struggled a little bit with a problem in the car seen through the screen. But yeah, we held on to win, and it's just fantastic. Absolutely, I can't believe it.
A perfect score and another hatful of points for the number 2 United Autosports car. But look at their number 3 teammates. Everybody else is breathing down their necks in LMP3. Ferrari were vanquished in GTE. It wasn't Aston Martin that did it. It was Porsche.
The key to the win was in the beginning, the first 3 hours before the rain came, and Robert did a good job in the beginning in a double stint. So it was awesome day, and I hope we can take the momentum to the next race.
2 races in and 1 victory, 25 points separate the top 9 GTE teams.
Well, that's it for the 4 hours of Imola. It was a race that started under bright sunshine and ended under monsoon conditions. But that takes nothing away from the victories of these 3 cars behind me. Do join us next time when we'll be headed to Red Bull Ring.
European Le Mans Series.
Four hours of Red Bull Ring.
Michelin GT3 Le Mans Cup.
Don't miss the next edition of the ELMS weekend. The European Le Mans Series, the Michelin GT3 Le Mans Cup, and the Renault Sport Series. See you in Austria.
Come along and enjoy the atmosphere.